I am your brain coach, Jim Kwik, and in this lesson, I'm going to share with you the secret to working smarter versus working harder. So I don't even want to talk about time management, actually. The key, the most successful people, what they focus on is not time management, it's priority management. They manage their priorities. They get really good at the things that matter every single day. Now, how can you apply this again? Well, some of the most successful people out there, yes, they have a to-do list, but you're not going to get through that 200, 300, whatever the amount of items that grows on your to-do list every single day. But what are the 3 or 4 things on that list that will give you a big win? So when you came home at the end of the day and somebody asked you, how was your day? You're like, I crushed it. I won today because I got those few things done. Another thing I noticed with working with high performers, high mental achievers, is they have a not to do list. They're very clear about the things they're not going to spend time with because you have to say no to good to say yes to great. There's a great book, which I recommend many, as you've noticed, Good to Great by Jim Collins, basically saying that if you're tired and burned out, maybe you're saying yes to way too many things. And it's like having too many browsers open on your computer. Even if you minimize them, it's still taking up memory. It's still taking up energy. It's still taking up some unconscious focus and awareness. And you wonder why you're tired all the time, or you wonder why you can't focus. So you want to say no to a lot of things so you can say yes to the things that matter. Part of your filter could be heck yes or heck no. If you get an opportunity and somebody comes to you and say, hey, what about this? Or hey, do you want to grab a dinner here? Or what about this opportunity? If you don't feel full on that it's a heck yes, maybe you should be saying heck no. And you want to say no more than you say yes. And as you become more and more successful, that becomes a challenge because you have opportunity stress, right? The more you grow, the more you succeed, the more opportunities and offers that come your way. But you want to remain focused. And how do you do this? Well, I always suggest to people, start with this. The most important thing is to keep the most important thing the most important thing. When you look at a word like priorities, it's only been plural, like multiples, over the past 3 decades, the past few decades. Prior to that, it was always singular. It was always priority. Priority is the one thing that matters in your life, or in your work, or in your relationship, or in your health. But as we grow, right, and technology, and we have all these demands, everything becomes important. It's kind of like somebody who's reading and they're highlighting everything so the book glows in the dark. That's not what you want to do, because if you make everything important when you're learning and you're studying and you're thinking in your life, then nothing becomes important. Think about it as the domino effect. You ever play with dominoes as a kid? Remember that first domino you hit and then it hits another one and another one and another one? Always look for that first few dominoes that's going to do a lot of the work. So as you're going through your to-do list, what can you do from your thinking standpoint? What demands your attention? So you can think about it as like, okay, when I'm looking at my to-dos, I'm either going to do it, right? Or I'm going to delete it, or I'm going to defer it at another time, or I'm going to delegate it. 4 simple Ds. One of the dominant questions you could ask yourself on a regular basis is what screw or what switch is going to give me the most return on my effort? You could ask yourself, start training yourself to ask the question, what's the best investment of this moment? What's the best use of my time in this moment? And then all of a sudden you start getting answers and answers. My question for you in this lesson, do you have a not to-do list? And if you don't, and you're interested in priority management, I would suggest you create a not to-do list. And in the comments, what I'd like you to do is share one thing on your not to-do list. What's one thing on that list? It's your non-negotiable. You will not do, because it frees up energy, it frees up focus, it frees up time to do the things that matter.